Hey gang, welcome to the Midnight Sleaze here at Barbie's Scream House. So, this week I had an inordinate amount of people made the request that they would like me to answer questions as the real me, not as the character I play, which I have my little rant about. So I figure, vibe with me here in the Drip Crypt. I feel like dog dick today, homies. I'm the start of my period, so this is never the version of me that gets filmed whatsoever. So you're getting a exclusive, I guess. Because seriously, I'm gonna need to be real fucking high to function today. At all. I feel like dog dicks. But we're gonna get this done. Alright, so when people say the real me, first of all, is not really like a character that I'm playing. A lot of people have this picture in their mind that outside of this, my life is normal. And then I just put on this persona, just how I'm fucking living. I'm just a ridiculous character. I do a lot of campy things because I'm not an actress and I'm not trying to be. All the camp, there's a large part of the time where that's still direct references to something going on in my life. That this is what's going on in my mind that I'm just playing out loud for the rest of you guys, for people who aren't directly involved. They're kind of like dramatizations based on like real life events. I've also noticed that a lot of dudes associate wearing makeup with not being the real me. But let me present this hot take for you. The real me never misses an opportunity to doodle on something and make it look prettier. That's who I am in my core as a person. I know who I am and I look like a sexy Garth, especially without fucking lipstick on. So the other big difference between me and the character that I play would be that I don't always hang out in lingerie. It's often, don't get me wrong, I have literally 80 sets of lingerie. I have banger lingerie. This is Melvin. She's my cuddle bug. She also doesn't feel 100% too well right now, so she might come sit in my lap. And that's okay because we're a girl gang. And you want to know the real me? Real me often has a cuddle bug. She thinks she has a very important job. She must stay near mommy at all times. From fans of the Midnight Sleaze asked me to introduce myself a bit more properly. Who am I? I always say, today you can call me and give you, my different character name every time. My name is Gwen. Around here known as G Money, Barbie Babe Works, whatever. But my real name is Gwen. Use it sparingly though, because I got warrants. So a lot of people tell me I should use a stage name because I make adult content. And honestly, I should. It's security or whatever, but I'm gonna be real with you. First of all, I should be so lucky as to have someone be so obsessed with me they try to murder me and stalk me. Thank you. You better be a worthy opponent, because I am. But whatever, fuck it. And also, I want people to remember the name. I have been an artist for a long time, for my whole life. It's just, who I am, what I do. My main medium, I would say, is trash, honestly. Repurposing is the formal name. I can do more with trash than more people can do with resources. That's on God. I have been heavy into Barbie my whole life. I'm an adult collector. I'm a total creep about it. Doll doctor. I restore and fix vintage Barbies and other dolls and doll accessories or outfits. And I sell general vintage stuff and lots of VHS tapes. I'm heavy into VHS tapes. The past 2.5 years, I've been a content creator. So now at this point, I've tackled some digital mediums. I'm a little late to the party. My career in content creating began when COVID hit. I am my older sister's caregiver, and she is immunocompromised. I had to figure out how to make money from home. And I've also started to make content about being my sister's caregiver. Fast facts. What's my favorite color? Hot pink. Phobias. Mayonnaise. Legitimate. Not a joke. Dream car. Geo tracker. What do you smoke? I'm kidding. Those are candy. But taking questions off of Facebook and Instagram and private DMs. So, here we go. How old are you? Like, come on, man. I'm a fucking lady. I'm not gonna tell you. You know that popular, meme trope, I guess? That's like, tell me how old you are without telling me how old you are. How about I tell you how old I am? This anecdote about my sex life. A couple months ago, I went to hook up with this dude that was like 10 years younger than me. A baller like that. Nasty talking about what we were into in bed and our hard nose. The final one on my list was, and don't fuck around with my knees. If you think you're cute, you're clever, you saw something on porno that you're finna pull off right here, stop. No, you are not. Try to push my knees into faster limit. No horseplay around my knees. Like, don't get cute, don't get clever. And if I'm on my knees, it will be on something soft, not on your fucking hardwood floor, not tiles. Like, even carpet, I'm gonna put something softer down. And that's non-negotiable, and I will leave. Like, if you fuck around with my knees. I didn't feel old saying it, seeing the look of confusion as he reluctantly agrees to this and has no idea why. That made me feel old. Afterwards, he was like, so what's your deal with knees? He was under the impression that I was super against knee fetish shit. Nah, kid, I'm old and you will be me one day. Don't fucking horseplay around my knees. Like, I need to hear you say you agree before we can go any farther. So that should tell you how old I am. This next question will help age me a little bit about my pop culture sexual awakening. For certain, Barbie was part of it. Barbie is the single most iconic catalyst for sexual awakening that has ever existed. You can put me down on the record for saying that. I've always had a thing for drummers, and Zach Hanson, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, MTV's Real World Hawaii definitely was part of it. So there you go. Earliest pop culture memory. My very earliest memory of watching a movie is this scene. It had me hooked so hardcore as a child. I was so engrossed in that scene that at the end, I was like, I'm late. This is my bedroom peanut butter. Because I got my peanut butter spoons every night before bed, So, I'm on my period, don't judge me. Actually, I don't care if you judge me. Not one little bit. Do you really just have Barbies around you all the time? Yes, but not to the extent that I portray on camera or whatever. That'd be irresponsible. They stay in cases or on displays, or I have a lot of gals in boxes that put away there in safe spots. This one comes from the B Movie TV Facebook page. Ramen, chicken or beef? I'm gonna rock the boat here with Adam Mick. Your last name looks like a fucking eye chart. And I'm not gonna try to say it. It just glitched my brain out. No. I'm gonna rock the boat a little bit, buddy. So what I do, surf and turf. I get a package of beef and a package of shrimp. I do it at the same time. Sometimes I add a little pineapple. Gas or diesel? For huffing, gasoline, absolutely. And Eminem was like with a can full of gas and a handful of matches. I was like, Did you watch any cartoons growing up? Grew up with my Depression era grandparents, so we did not have cable. So I really only had like the big networks, Saturday morning cartoons. I got cable a little later on when I was in like high school, so I'd grown out of what would have been Nickelodeon at its prime, but I saw a lot at friends' house. What's your dream job? MTV VJ. My dream scenario: to make a livable wage off my art and my wit. That's my goal. Who is your celebrity crush? Right now, Cal Scrooby, but also Lil Dicky. Get it? Do you have any secret skills, hidden talents? Actually, I have a lot of hidden talents, secret skills, because that's just the type of like person I am. Is I have always had this internal need to have like my secrets. A lot of random skills, a lot of useful skills, a lot of dedicated, like lots of time and effort to learning and honing these skills and getting better at it, just so like I have it in my back pocket. It's just this thing that I know that it's not stuff that like I am being purposefully deceitful to others about. It's moreover stuff that I never intend on telling anyone about. That's just who I am. So there you go. There's an intimate peek at the real me. I'm a fucking weirdo with secret skills. A surprising fact about me is that I was a musician my whole life. Starting at the age of 4, I picked up the piano, and I was a competitive piano player, and I was even nationally ranked at one point as a child. My middle fingers turn outwards. Piano hands, they call them. It's from reaching for keys for years. Who are your inspirations? Elvira is one. Linnea Quigley, Darcy and Mail Girl. It's a career inspiration. I'm not shooting for famous or well-known or rich even. I'm shooting for cult classic. I'm shooting for small but loyal following and relates and connects with my content on a more cult following level. I'm trying to make a cult is what I'm trying to say. Would you guys like to be in it? Before I die, that'd be great. Someone else said that they were a big fan of my backdrops and my set, they called it. And I had to let them know, I'll let y'all know too. Boo-boos, that ain't nothing but a shower curtain that I staple gunned up on my closet door. And then there's bricks by my bed. That ain't nothing but a Dollar Tree Halloween backdrop. And I put that shit up 2 years ago. Because like underneath it, that wall has a spackle job from hell. It is terrible. And I didn't want to have to fuck with it. I just put something over it though. Like, the one and only inappropriate solution to that was to let that shit fly in the back of my content and do nothing about it. Like, that was the one thing that was not happening. I was gonna find some way to fucking disguise it or hide it or something. It'll be better than fucking shit spackle. So stay tuned after the show to hear me talk about what everybody really wants to hear me talk about: making adult content and the type of adult content that I make, and etc. So stay tuned to hear all about that. Glad you guys got high and ate peanut butter with me. I hope this satiated the appetite to see the real me, because baby, sometimes I'm just a scrub. Thank you for coming to my bed talk. So, tell you more about Barbie's Cream House. Barbie's Cream House is my play pretend porno studio in a trailer in a graveyard where me and my gals hang out and make custom pornos, DIY custom pornos. And our thing is that we can fake any content or make any parody, fake any fetish, with just a little Hollywood movie magic and some imagination. We've done things like fake POV angles, fake different angles, I've used, for lack of a better term, scarecrows. There was a CGI Frankenstein. I've faked blood play. I've faked lots of different things with some Hollywood movie magic. I faked fisting. When I get direct message custom requests, in my mind it kind of plays out like me walking out to the rickety ass mailbox in front of the trailer and picking out the mail and reading it and like, "Dear Barbie Screamhouse, can you fake this for me? Can you do this character for me?" Some dudes want real specific scenarios, say this name, yada yada yada, and it's like, alright, order up. We gotta DIY this with what we got around us. And also kind of picture like a Barbie playset, but it's a porno studio. And you got your tech guy and your co-star Flam, and you got all these different neat pubes you can wear and like all these different size dildos and butt plugs you can use, and like, here, set the party lights. Is it on the bed, the couch? Like, set the scene. Underwater, on the moon, on a tandem bicycle, like jet ski. It could be anything. How'd I get my start? When COVID hit, I had to figure out a way to make money from home. And OnlyFans presented a unique opportunity. And I thought, you know, at the very least, I can make it work for us for now. At least X amount of dudes that I've worked with in the past or know me in real life or what the fuck ever that want to see me naked, that this could at least be cash we need right now. So I didn't know how long I was going to be doing it, but once I started it, I told myself, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much I want to give up, we're going to stick it out for a full year and then we're going to reevaluate. So I did that. That first year was rough. There's a lot of learning. A lot of learning. I got myself in some messes, tell you what. One time I got just like gangbanged by oak mites, taking pictures in a cemetery. It was the most insidious itch I've ever felt on my whole entire body. It was miserable. One time I accidentally glued my pussy shut. That was super wild. There was one time where I did a juggalo spread and I put little juggalo faces. I did their makeup on my nipples, right? And like, I learned, I had juggalo makeup on my face too. I learned a lot that day as well. Like, did you know like stuff sticks to the makeup, like little hairs, and it tickles, and you know what you do? Because you can't scratch it, you'll mess up your juggalo makeup. So you know what you do when you get tickles or itches? You slap it like a weave. That's something I would have never known if I had not gotten into content creation. You know, I'm a lifelong learner, and I've learned a lot of weird lessons doing this. My content, the type that I make, it's different, it's unique, that's for sure. It's definitely niche, you know. I do a lot of parody and tribute shoots, cosplay, but it's not your traditional type of cosplay. It's not mainly anime or, you know, video game characters or whatever. I do my own kind of cosplay. Characters like Dennis Rodman, Beetlejuice. I wasn't Lydia, I was Beetlejuice. Like, I'm a much better old perverted piece of shit than I am Lydia. She honestly has always annoyed me for the most part. The Joker, like when everyone else was doing Harley Quinn, I did the Joker. I did Tim Burton's version, 1989, Jack Nicholson. I started just telling jokes. That's just who I am. I'm gonna have my little jokey jokes. I did finger bang, wrote bang on a severed finger prop, and I pushed it out of my pussy. Like those guns that shoot and say bang. Oh, I cracked me up. I think I'm hilarious. Someone requested a fisting video and I used a doll fist and a real up close shot. I used to do this a lot. I quit, I knocked it off. But I used to like really work them up and then hit them like with a ball buster or a gag, like a funny mask out of nowhere, or like everything's getting undressed and whatnot and we get down to my pussy and it's fucking terrifying. Like, that amuses the fuck out of me. So I quit doing that though, because I like my fans and they do not like that. Or at least I got them to their tolerance level of my bullshit. So on my actual XXX account, it's no gags, no jokes, sometimes themes, yes, the sexy ones, but okay, minimal jokes, I guess. I did the animated cum shot once, and I wanted it to look cute like the I Dream of Jeannie cartoons, but it looked more like Roger Rabbit in a real, like, sketchy, depraved way, which was kind of more, like, fitting, but it was not effective, but I thought it was hilarious. What a ridiculous climax to what was actually a really fucking hot video up until that point. I've laughed harder by myself in my room filming content than some people have laughed all year. It's true. Like flexing creatively. That's inspiring me. And especially if you get me with something like some request that really has me reeling, like how the fuck would I pull that off? Like, more respect to you. That I'm gonna work twice as hard. I'm gonna work as hard as it takes to figure it out, honestly. I'm just a creep, dudes. Like, that's just real. I'm just a creepy girl. I do weird shit. And like, in the beginning, I really was just turning on the camera and like letting people in on the show. Like, I really was just being me. And then I started actually catering to what people might want to see. It's hard as hell to get anyone to tell me what they want to see or give me any feedback or instruction or anything, by the way. Like, all my subscribers, I never know if they like what I'm doing or not. And I'm really just fingers crossed that one of them likes me enough to like speak up and tell me if I'm really fucking up and doing something nobody likes. I'm just really hoping I have at least one fan that would do that for me. But when I started making content, I asked myself, what do I have that my competition doesn't? Because there's a lot of areas where I was behind. Like, tech-wise, I was behind a few years. My knowledge of social media and internet. Like, I'd never had Wi-Fi in my home before COVID. So, my knowledge about all that and social media presence, I was way behind. So, like, I had to think, where do I stand out? And first thing I thought was, I'm funnier. Like, I'm funny. But I can make it sexy too. Watch. And I'm weird. I will out-weird you. I promise you that. That is on God. I haven't seen a whole lot of internet porn. Probably less internet porn than anyone you know under 70. On God. Like, I was way behind in a lot of areas, I'm telling you. I'm old school. I'm VHS tapes. I'm comic books. Like, I'm magazines. I'm Penthouse. I'm Hustler, baby. Like, I'm old school with my masturbation. Actually, I normally just use the old noodle, honestly, if I'm being real with you guys. But, like, yeah. I never needed it. And so I haven't seen a whole lot of it. I probably should, because I'm like making it. I should know what I'm making. I should educate myself. R&D, you know. Just watch porno and porno and porno and porno. That's research and development. That's a business strategy thing. That's what's up, see? Boss bitch.